But anyway, just to be clear, you, the guy that got shot at the rally. This is why I don't give a about showing sympathy. This is why I don't give a This is why I don't give a about the sympathy for any of you fucking losers, because you won't own up to anything.
Don't take it out on me because your wife left you, Fester.
Nobody is talking about my access grade if you're joking.
Everybody calm down. Jesus Christ.
You got the skin complexion of Uncle Fester. Go worry about your
ex-wife. And you've got the voice tone of a guy with an A1C of 15, okay? Good for you.
That's fine. Listen, I don't even know what that means. God bless.
I'm sure you don't. That's why your feet are about to fall off, dipshit. He muted me again. Okay,
oh my God.
Listen, all I'm saying is...
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So the streamer known as Destiny has been in the news of late because of his take in regards to the whole Trump shooting or the Trump assassination attempt. And his response to all of that, especially the hero, the firefighter that was protecting his family and other people, I have you know, has been rather despicable and rather evil at the same time. And, well, I don't think he really cares. The man has been given an enormous platform. He's been platformed by the likes of Jordan Peterson and many, many others, especially Lex Friedman too. And look, I'm not saying that everything that Destiny has said in the past is bad, wrong, or it's... In fact, I have found myself in some cases when I've listened to him speak with Jordan Peterson, I've come away going, all right, I agree with him on certain things that he's said, but there's a lot of things that I still disagree with him on. But when this came out, when Destiny started saying the things that he was saying, it's become unhinged. He is just letting everybody know that he does not give an absolute crap about what you think in regards to the thing that he said. As inhumane and as evil as it actually is, he doesn't care. And people actually still support him. I just, like, I can't believe it. Like, people still support the likes of this guy, which goes to show you, once again, it's a cult-like following. When people enter into this derangement kind of syndrome over one particular person, that's what hate does, I'll have you know. Hate is one of those things that enters into the heart and the mind, and it really starts to control everything that you think and you say and you do. And the problem is the result is usually a level of insanity that is rather concerning to actually watch. It becomes unhinged, right? They don't have any care in the world for themselves anymore. They don't have any care in the world for other people. It's literally all about this evil thought they've got swirling around in their brain. And that's when the person needs significant help. Significant help. Now, in recent times, after Destiny said all this stuff, he's not only doubled down on it, but he's tripled down on everything that he's saying, and he's getting worse. And it's not good to see, people. It's really not. Now, Piers Morgan decided to have Destiny on his show, and this has been making the rounds, and for damn good reason, because Destiny just no remorse whatsoever in regards to the thing that he said. And by the way, what he said, if you don't know already what he said, is extremely just vile and despicable. And Piers said it best, it's inhuman. Destiny is no longer a human anymore, people. He's not. He's lost that all. He's lost it all after the things that he said. How can a human being wish death and laugh and call that person the R word, R-E-T, you guys get it. How can you call that person that and then say you're laughing your effing ass off and still be a human? How can you wish that somebody would die? I don't get it. But there are people out there that are so unhinged and their hate is so ever present in their life that that's the way they think and that's the way they act. And so therefore they lose the ability to become human anymore. There's no empathy. There's nothing like that. And once they're caught out, they start reeling. They start trying to change the subject. They start trying to blame other people. Again, I will say it, two things can be true at once. But the problem is nowadays when you're caught in the wrong, when you're caught in the delusion, when you're caught in the hate, you want to try and defend your belief system as much as you possibly can. So therefore you try and blame other people. You try and change the subject. You try and turn it around. I'm sick of it. No one owns anything anymore. It's like I have a lot more respect for people that actually own their mistakes instead of trying to lie through the skin of their teeth, trying to even double down. It's worse when you double down. But Destiny is tripling down. He doesn't want to stop. And he's just like, he's incredibly angry as well. If you haven't seen any of the videos, I encourage you to go on Twitter or YouTube and look at some of the videos that he has been posting recently, or the videos that have been circulating. The guy is just angry, and that's what hate does. It is a fuel, and he is just feeding it. And that hate is just becoming this vitriolic, angry, possessive, violent thing. And it's coming out as clear as day. He can't take it. He can't take the rebuke. Again, that's also to do with pride. But anyway, let's get into the Piers Morgan stuff, because I think Destiny needs some serious, and I mean serious help, mate. Goodness me. It's really concerning. Anyway, Piers Morgan had Destiny on his show. And as I mentioned a moment ago, Piers said everything that everyone wanted to hear and then some. It was fantastic. Now, there are some things that I agree wholeheartedly with Piers on, and more so in recent times, actually. It seems like Piers is like realizing a lot of things about the left and the right, and he's just coming away going, what the actual hell is going on with society? Let's just choose a little bit of common sense and like, let's look at both sides and form your own opinion based on both sides. And it's just, I don't agree with everything, like I said, but there are some things that I definitely agree with Piers on, and this is one of them. Piers said, you are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children who was protecting as he was shot dead, that he deserved what was coming to him because he went to a President Trump rally. A man who was president of the United States until recently for 4 years. And maybe, again, you sound almost gleeful, Destiny. And this is where I disagree with Piers, and I'm sorry. I don't think you should be sorry, Piers, for saying the fact that Destiny is actually really despicable in this fact, because that is what he is. When a human says stuff about another human being, is happy about the fact that another human being was killed because they attended a rally of a person that you actually really hate, that is despicable behavior. And again, I will say it, it is, you don't have to apologize for that. And also, because it's pure evil. You don't apologize for or to evil. You don't. You look at it in the face and you say, you're evil, be gone. Be gone, Satan. Get away. Get thee from this person, or get thee from as far away from me as humanly possible. I don't want that evil anywhere near me. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't apologize to it. Piers apologizing to Destiny out of respect, I can understand, but there is no respect here to even be had, because Destiny lost that ability by everything that he said. He's lost it. Last time I checked, Donald Trump hasn't murdered 12 million people so much as you would like him to be the new Hitler. He's not, which is the rhetoric of the extreme far left, I'll have you know. But again, to be an impressionable, young, deranged mind who has easy access to guns that can be easily interpreted as an existential threat. Guess what? Somebody then comes forward and tries to kill the existential threats. Problem is, you have a lot of young, impressionable minds looking and listening to Destiny. Looking and hearing what Destiny is actually spouting out. A lot of this hate is being pushed. And a lot of young people that hate Trump as well agree with Destiny. What do you think is going to happen? They're not stopping the rhetoric. They're not toning down the hateful remarks. They're continuing it. They're going, you must go for it. I have no sympathy. What do you think that's going to create, Destiny? Think about it. You're supposed to be an adult man, but yet you're acting like a 2-year-old little child. And I think a 2-year-old little child has more common sense than what you do right now. Because I don't think you'd see a 2-year-old actually wishing somebody dead. I know that a 2-year-old probably wouldn't understand the situation, but still, I think that a 2-year-old would. Anyway, let's go with 5-year-old. I think a 5-year-old understands, because I was 5 years old when I understood that there is good and evil in the world, as well as the fact that I'm a dirty, rotten sinner. So let's go with that age, shall we? Destiny is acting like a little 5-year-old and the 5-year-old, like me, has, like when I was back as a 5-year-old, let's say, has more common sense and more respect than you actually do, Destiny. Now, in light of all this that's taken place, he's been banned on Kick for mocking a fallen firefighter and being demonetized temporarily on X. And people were going crazy over that, saying that, oh, freedom of speech, you know. I think with freedom of speech, we will defend the right for you to say stuff, right? When it comes down to you wishing somebody dead, nah, sorry. You have the right to say it, for sure. Keep it to yourself, though. Honestly, don't say it out loud, because there's definitely going to be consequences if you do say it out loud. And I don't think they're going to be good, because nobody has the right at all, even in a free society, to share a hateful thing as something like wishing another person dead. Doesn't matter if you dislike the person, but I wouldn't wish my worst enemy death either. That is the worst possible situation, and the worst possible thing you can do to somebody is wish them dead. Why would you do such a thing? Honestly, why do you have literally zero regard for human life? And that's another reason why our society is in a great deal of trouble, is because no one really values human life much anymore. It's like this fickle thing that they just get a canister and they squish it, and they don't care. They're desensitized. And I think social media has a huge thing to do with that. The amount of crap that we see all the time, the news, the mainstream media, we're desensitized to the fact that people are actually dying. And so you got people like Destiny that go, I don't care. I'm going to laugh at that. I'm going to call that person the R word. I'm going to laugh my ass off. Despicable human being. Even though I know he's not a human being anymore. So here is, I'll leave it with this. So you can watch the actual interaction with Piers Morgan. It goes for about 5 minutes. So have a listen and watch and make up your mind in regards to how you think of Destiny. But anyway, you guys, you take care, you be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.
When you are in a world where conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy theories.
I'm not a conservative.
They can have any plot. They can do anything. And then liberals are supposed to sit here and be like, oh my God, it's so tragic.
No, Destiny.
Absolutely not.
Let me explain.
Absolutely.
Let me explain my position, because I'm not a conservative. I'm not on either side in your race, right? Here's what I think about what you did. You'd like to fire off, as you've done so far in this debate, about your fury at how disgusting Republicans are, how inhumane they are, how they never have any empathy, blah, 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 blah. And then you yourself actually are exactly the person that you're describing. You are inhuman. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children, who he was protecting as he was shot dead, that he deserved what was coming to him because he went to a President Trump rally, a man who was president of the United States until recently for 4 years and maybe again. You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry, that makes you, frankly, despicable.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die. But you want to talk about gleeful? Look at the conservative response to Pelosi's husband when they broke in.
I can answer that.
Mainstream media figures
I can answer that.
I don't care.
I can answer that.
With all due respect, I don't care what your answer is.
Let me answer that.
The reality is that conservatives have been turning the temperature up on the rhetoric. They have been making fun of these types of events for years, and now when something happens to them, now they're looking for sympathy from the liberal side. Absolutely not. It's insane. It's unhinged that you can conduct yourself in such a manner and expect people to feel sorry when things happen.
Why should anybody on the right listen to a word of your hectoring and lecturing about how they should behave. And by the way, for the record, the mockery of Nancy Pelosi's husband when he was attacked by an intruder with a hammer was also despicable, right? I can see despicable behavior on all sides, and I'm happy to call it out when I see it. You, however, want to present yourself as this great kind of standard bearer of decency who sees outrageous behavior on the right time and again and is incensed by this disgusting, inhumane behavior. And yet time and again, since the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, you have displayed exactly the same kind of inhumane behavior. Fuck him about a fireman who is killed because he attends a rally of a guy he wants to vote for.
My issue with the MAGA kids is not that they are not empathetic. My issue is that they support a president that led an insurrection against the United States. I'm not here to tone police over their empathy.
80 million people voted for Donald Trump last time around.
That's great. 80 million people voted for a guy that tried to insurrect the government, and it looks like they might try to do it again. I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to say. These are the facts on the ground. The idea that
you don't like attacks on democracy. So presumably you would unreservedly condemn the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, because that's one of the most egregious attacks on American democracy in modern times. Presumably,
I don't think that
you will take this opportunity, given you are so determined to protect the integrity of democracy, you would find it absolutely outrageous that someone has tried to assassinate a president, right?
If the other conservatives on this show want to say that it was absolutely outrageous that Donald Trump attempted to coup the government,
I'm asking you.
Then maybe I would. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get on my knees and beg for forgiveness or show sympathy to conservatives.
I'm not asking for that. I'm asking you to condemn what happened as an egregious attack on democracy. Can you do that?
No, I won't. No, I won't.
You can't do that. You see, so why the hell, frankly, Destiny,
absolutely not.
Why the hell should we listen to a word you have to say about...
Why do you think conservatives haven't been listening to a word that liberals have said about anything for 8 years?
Right,
what do you think is going to change?
they?
You think that if liberals come out now and they go, "Oh my God, this was so horrible,"
but here's
they're going to go, "Wow, that is true." Maybe that should also
Charlie, I'll bring you in at the end of this. I promise you, and you'll get a good chance to respond. But here's my problem, Destiny, with your whole position on this, right? Is that you don't actually have anything inside you that you want the other side to have. You don't have any of the empathy. You don't have any sympathy. You don't care that someone tried to assassinate Donald Trump. You don't care that a young fireman with a family was killed in the process. You don't actually. You are not the person you want these other people to be. And all you do is play whataboutery with every question I give you. And I'm just startled.
It's not what about it? We're talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about the temperature of this country. But here's a question for the two panelists. What percentage of this event happening was due to Donald Trump's rhetoric? What do they think the answer to that question is?
What percentage could it be that the other side, as we've just heard from Dave Rubin, has spent 8 years calling Donald Trump the new Adolf Hitler, a person who was responsible for the murder of 12 million people, including 6 million Jewish people in a Holocaust. Last time I checked, Donald Trump hasn't murdered 12 million people. So much as you would like him to be the new Hitler, he's not. But again, to an impressionable young deranged mind who has easy access to guns, that can be easily interpreted as an existential threat, said President Biden. Somebody that needs to be put in the bullseye, said Biden.
Okay,
only last week. And guess what? Somebody then comes forward and tries to kill the existential threat.